So here I am with the 2014 Kia Optima, and this is the Spirit model, which is the top of the range model. And I guess some of you are surprised that I'm actually reviewing a Kia, considering the cars that I normally review on this channel. But I think it's a very good looking car, and some people say that I should review more affordable cars. And I guess some of you will be actually shocked how much I like this car. So let's take it on a drive here in the Odenwald area in Germany. Interestingly, Kia has a big development center quite near this area here where I live and test drive cars. So I'm just really interested to see how this car will perform on these roads here, considering that Kia does quite a lot of development driving in this area. So without further ado, let's go for a drive in the Kia Optima. So straight away when I started driving with this car, I was pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of space in this interior here, and it's actually very well made in my opinion. You have to consider that this car here that I'm driving costs about 34,000 euros and another 1,000 euros for the automatic transmission that I have in this car here. So it's just a touch under 35,000 euros and fully loaded for this price. I have a leather interior and a big multimedia interface here, nice sound system, sat-nav, cruise control, all kinds of options that I would ask for when I would be buying a luxury or let's say just a normal sedan that I want to take on long drives, especially driving on the Autobahn. That's very nice. And for this kind of money, I'm just really surprised how much you're getting for your money. So what I have here is the 1.7 liter diesel, which makes 136 horsepower and I believe 320 Newton meters of torque. I have the optional 6-speed automatic transmission here, and on the steering wheel I can select different drive modes. Eco mode for economical driving, of course, which gives you a less aggressive throttle response, and you know, the automatic shifts into the higher gears faster. The steering is also a little bit lighter in the Eco mode, so it's nice for comfortable driving and cruising around town. The second mode is just the normal or regular mode, which feels pretty similar to the Eco mode in my opinion. Can't really notice a big difference here. And the third mode is actually the Sport mode, and that's a really nice mode to drive this car in because it gives you more steering weight. The steering in the Eco mode and in the normal mode is a little bit too light for me, especially when you're driving on winding roads, and in the Sport mode it gives you a bit more weight, and so the steering feels nicer to drive, better feel, and it's also more direct in my opinion. It also affects the automatic transmission, so shifts down faster, holds the gears longer, and gives you better throttle response that way. So I personally only drive this car in the Sport mode. It doesn't affect the fuel economy as badly as you would expect, and the fuel economy is actually one of the main reasons why I like this car here a lot. It's not a very fast car, barely does 200 kilometers on the Autobahn. According to Kia, it's limited to a top speed of 197. I had it up to 210, 220, so that's still enough for driving on the Autobahn and for traveling. Pretty decent, I guess. Most people wouldn't even ask for more than that. But what's really nice about this engine here is the fuel economy. I am driving it quite spirited, not really caring about the fuel economy, driving it in Sport mode all the time. Sometimes even using the manual mode here, which is also quite nice. The transmission reacts decently fast. Considering that I'm driving it quite spirited, I still managed to drive this car with less than 7 liters on 100 kilometers, and I think that's just very impressive and very nice. So the 4.9 liters that Kia claims for this car, I don't know if it is with the automatic or with the 6-speed manual transmission. Could be realistic if you really drive this car in the Eco mode all the time, drive according to the speed limit, only accelerate lightly. I'm pretty sure you can easily drive it with under 6 liters, because I really wasn't driving economical at all, and I already had it at 6.8, 6.9, so very, very impressive. The driving experience really is quite pleasant. The only thing that I would complain about is the fact that the car just feels quite comfortable. Even when you put it into sport mode, the steering is nice, but the suspension could be a bit stiffer for me. But I guess this car is primarily aiming at people that want a comfortable ride, especially in the United States. And when I was there recently driving in Virginia and North Carolina, I noticed that on a highway or interstate it's quite pleasant to have a comfortable suspension when you're doing long distance driving. And considering that Kia probably sells much more cars in the United States than here in Germany or Europe, I think I can't really argue that this setup works for their customers. Maybe not so much for me, because I think this car looks so good and so sporty from the outside, and especially interior with this nice steering wheel. I just wish it would feel a little bit more sporty, more agile, more direct. So for my final verdict, I just had to check the price again, because I really can't believe it. This car that I'm driving here, the 1.7 CRDI Optima with a 1.7 liter diesel engine in Spirit trim, that's the highest trim level that you can get for this car, has a price of 33,690 euro. And the only option that this car here has, as I said, is the automatic transmission, which costs another 1,050 euro. So it comes down to a total price of 34,740 euros. So it's still under 35,000 euros, like I said. And if some of you guys would be sitting in this car like I do right now, without knowing that it is from Kia, I guess you would be just as impressed as I am. What you are getting for your money here is just astonishing, in my opinion. There are so many options on this car that would cost you many euros if this car was from a European company, and I'm not even sure if the build quality or just the way this car here feels would be better in something like, you know, a Skoda, a VW, or even some of the cars that you can get from Mercedes or BMW. So I'm a bit speechless, if I'm honest with you, because I know most of you guys would have never expected to see a Kia review on my channel, and I never expected to like a Kia, if I'm honest. But this one here, it's something that I would definitely recommend you to check out if you're in the segment to buy a sedan like this one here. It's a perfect daily driver. The fuel economy of this 1.7 liter diesel engine here is very impressive, in my opinion. It's a very comfortable car, and with the warranty that Kia gives you when you buy this car new, 7 years or 150,000 kilometers, really, there's not much that can go wrong, in my opinion. That's just very impressive and something that you don't get from other brands, as far as I know. So I will actually write a German test report about this car, because Kia Germany asked me to do so, that you can check out on my website. That's coming soon. I will keep you posted on this via Facebook if you're from Germany and interested in reading this. And for all you other guys, I just hope you enjoyed this review, and if you are in this segment, give this car a look. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you think about this review. Tell me, would you like to see more Kia reviews, or should I just stick on driving sports cars as I usually do? And yeah, give me your opinion, give me your thoughts. I really enjoyed driving this car, and I'm quite impressed, as I said now many times, how much you're getting for your money here.